So, I know I promised I would go back to regular commentaries and all that kind of stuff, but I felt like making this video was absolutely necessary because I know many of you guys are wondering what was going on with the whole podcast situation, and everything's been insane and everything's been out of control these past couple of weeks. So I felt like it would be best that I address you and tell you guys my side of the story and everything I know from the beginning to now. So yeah, before I get into this video and tell you exactly what's going on, I just want to say, please, no mob mentality. Do not go attack anyone that I am addressing in this video because that's completely immature and it's stupid, and it just looks bad on your behalf and my behalf, so we don't need any of that. But yeah, let's get right into this. So as of recording this video, I have no idea how long this video is going to end up being, so if you guys could just hear me out throughout the entire video and just listen to every detail I have to say, because it'll probably help clear things up for you. So yeah, let me get into this. So, it all started when I joined the podcast. I joined the podcast around a month ago because I asked Diox. I was like, oh, you guys still need a person? I'll be more than happy to join the podcast with you and Simbear, which is Linkus at right now, but at the time he was Simbear and whatnot. So yeah, I joined the podcast. Everything was pretty good, nothing crazy has been happening, but as time went on, Iox began to annoy Simbear a bit, but I thought it was something friendly. I thought it was nothing serious, but as time went on, they seemed to annoy each other, but I didn't really care at the time because I thought, that's how they are, it's fine. But as time went on, we then decided we needed a new AVI and a new banner. So we contacted King of Fat Cats and we got the brand new art. We told him, yeah, we'd like this and whatnot, and that's what we want. And once he finished that, that's when I guess things got a little carried away. There was some drama with the commissions being too much, and people started calling out mostly Iox, about how his prices were too high for simple intros and whatnot. And I think Simber got some backlash, but not as much. But yeah, there was still that. And after all this was happening, I don't think it's a direct correlation, but Simber then blocked Iox for about a week or a couple of days, something like that. And at that time, when he was blocked, we had no serious connection and we didn't really have much of an opportunity to talk to Simbear, and at that time the art was finished, so since we couldn't contact Simbear at all, we had to pay for the art ourselves. And we were pretty mad about that. We were very mad about that because he didn't really contribute and whatnot, but we resolved that and we moved on. But once that was resolved, then Simber decided he was going to change up his Avi. So in the original art, you see that he's a hyena, so it looked really nice. We liked it. He was a hyena at the time, but then he decided to change it up and go back to some sort of bear look, which completely contradicted to what he had before. So at that point, we were like, this art is pointless. So some more drama was being formed from that too. So then we moved past that and it was resolved. We decided, we'll figure it out. We'll just do something else. We'll move on from this and, it's fine. Then some more drama popped up when Simbear decided to change his name to Linkus, and he changed his Avi, whatever it is. He changed it again, and we were thinking, this guy's all over the place. He keeps changing his stuff, and we don't know what to do. Like, what are the chances of him, maybe while we're in the podcast, he's going to do another change? And he was all over the place. He was deleting videos on his channel. He was privating videos. He was, like, doing all this crazy stuff we were thinking at the time. We were like, this isn't going to work out. And, he did then buy us art, so we thought we would be repaid. So Simber then paid $10 for these new head arts, these new Avis for us, and I thought it was pretty nice. I thought it had potential. I thought it would be good for our podcast to use as an overlay to have those heads, and we could design it and mess around with it. But then Iox just straight up told him, no, it's horrible. It's horrible art. And Simber was pretty mad about that. And, there was some controversy there because Simber had actually paid money for that art just like we did, and there was some controversy there, as I said before, and there was a lot of fighting, and I felt like this is when I decided something needs to happen. So there we are, me and Iox are thinking, now we have no art to use. We have nothing we could use to build off of, and we gotta think about starting all over. We have no art, and we felt like we were in a ditch. We were stuck in a ditch. We didn't know what to do. So I was starting to think about maybe we should kick Simbear out of the podcast, because there's been so much stuff happening, so many things happening, and it just wasn't working out, and we didn't know how to come up to Simbear and tell him about this. So I decided that I'm gonna just call him over Skype and just tell him, things aren't working out. All this with the podcast, there's been a lot of controversy, so I don't think you being in the podcast was gonna be beneficial to the podcast itself. And I tried to say it the nicest way as possible, and then later on I had Iox join the call in a separate call, and we talked this through. So we told him, Simbear, Linkus, we need to kick you from the podcast. It's not working out. We've had a lot of drama in the past, and I feel like if we should keep this private. I say we keep this private. We don't make a big deal about this. We shouldn't openly put it public. We should just keep it low key, have a little explanation in the next video or so that, we shouldn't have too much drama with this because we don't want to start things. And he did the exact opposite. He went on to tweet, I've been kicked from the podcast, and he started to make he started to make a big deal out of it when I said we shouldn't do that because it's going to start controversy, and that's exactly what it did. So then there we are. I'm like, dude, that wasn't a good idea. And then he's like, okay, so the YouTube channel's under my email, and I don't feel comfortable with that. I was like, okay, I mean, we could change it. I'm pretty sure there's a way we could change it. He's like, no, I'm just going to delete it. I'm going to delete the YouTube channel. I was like, no, we shouldn't do that. That's a horrible idea. And then we ended the call, and then he adds us to another call, and I actually have screenshots, and there you see the channel, and he deletes it. He deletes the YouTube channel, and we were like, are you kidding me? He's like, no, it's fine because you guys have big channels, so you could easily get those subs back. And I'm like, dude, this was very immature of you to do. You should have not taken it this way, because that's not right. You shouldn't just delete a YouTube channel that we've been working on. And he's like, it's fine, you guys will get the subs back. And I was like, okay, I guess I understand what you're meaning, because it was under your email, but we could have resolved that, we could have fixed that, but it's too late now. You already deleted the channel. So yeah, we moved on from that. But then I began to get, I know the tweets aren't there, but I have one response. I don't know if it's going to benefit at all, but we got some sort of threatening tweets from Simbear. They seem threatening to me. I might be getting out of context. I don't know, but that's what I saw. And he said, he was saying some things, and he was threatening to delete the Twitter as well. And as time went on, he actually ended up doing that. He deleted the Twitter, and it was gone. He deactivated it, because you can't technically delete it, but he deactivated it. And I was really mad for that, and that was the second strike, and that made me lose a lot of hope in Simbear. That made me feel like, I felt betrayed in a sense, and I felt horrible, because, if that's the reaction he's gonna have, imagine if he were in the podcast and something like that were to happen. And honestly, I was really mad about this, and I'm surprised I didn't take this to Twitter and make a whole big deal about that, because I felt like, that would be immature for me to do that, and so I didn't really do that. So there's some self-control from me there, so I was happy for that. But yeah, then time went on. We were like, okay, we're making a brand new Twitter, and that's exactly what we did with the underscore, but then he decided, I'll give you back the Twitter. So I think that was a really good thing that he did there, a big sacrifice from him, and I was really happy for that. So I give you props, Simbear, Linkus, for doing that, because that was really mature of you, and I thank you. So we got our Twitter back, and that's pretty much where we are right now. And honestly, I know this seems like I'm attacking Linkus Simbear, but I have a lot of respect for him, and I want you guys to go ahead and give some love to him. I don't want you guys disliking him, because he just recently made a new channel, and all this has been a lot for him, and I don't want any sort of hate coming from this, because Simbear, if you're watching this, I've got mad respect for you, dude, and honestly, I love what you do, but let's just put this behind us, and let's move on. We don't need any of this, because honestly, all this drama it's too much. It's too much. So I hope you guys found some clarity in all this stuff, because, this video is a pretty long video, probably one of my longest videos that I've done, and yeah, I hope there was some clarity in all this. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next commentary video. Thank you guys so much for listening if you made it this far. everything's good now. Doctor out.